Thank you, Professor Goff. And let me just register my appreciation to the audience this morning, joining us for our first plenary. I think that the issue that we will be discussing today, or the range of issues within the context of small, middle, and emerging powers in the UN system, is of extraordinary importance and could not have come at a more pivotal and indeed topical moment. And in real terms, the discussion on global governance of security and crime prevention excuse me, is at the very center of the whole range of key issues that continues to bedevil the Caribbean security agenda, not unlike, obviously, other regions around the world. Consonant with that, we, I think, have assembled a very appropriate panel that will give what I'm sure will be a very broad hearing and earring to these issues. We have from the OAS Public Security and Counterterrorism Department, SICTE as we know it in Washington, Mr. Sheridan Hill, Professor Ramesh Diosaran of the University of the West Indies. We have, or is it the University of Trinidad and Tobago? We have, as I have it here by program, we have Major Colin Millington, the Director of the Regional Intelligence Fusion Center, RIFC, who will speak on behalf of CARICOM Impacts. And we also have Susan Alfonso of the Caribbean Coalition for Development and the Reduction of Armed Violence and Women's Institute for Alternative Development. I am not sure where Professor Diosaran necessarily hails from, or Ms. Alfonso, but we have, of course, a dominance of Trinidadians, appropriately, I think, on the panel. Trinidad, as you know, within the CARICOM system, is in charge of the Prime Ministerial Subcommittee on Regional Security, and, of course, a very key and critical area. I just want to turn, before I invite Professor Diosaran to address us, and, of course, we'll acknowledge the succeeding panelists in their specific turn, that there have been some challenges that, for the most part, have continued to bedevil the international system as far as looking at the issue of global security is concerned. In December 2004, Secretary General Annan asked the United Nations to assemble a body that would constitute effectively a high-level panel to look at this matter. If my memory serves me correctly, in September of 2005, the General Assembly of the United Nations considered that report. Coming 4 years later, 4.5 years later, as we look, for instance, at the recommendations, which I'll not necessarily go through now, we can only but conclude that while there is an awareness of what the challenges are, the road and the movement to addressing those challenges really has not yet been tread, and with the attendant consequences of that.